Indian club exercises for beginners at home. You're gonna start with one in each hand. Your pinky finger goes around the knot that's here on the end. It kind of cuts it in the middle. Your hand is closed, your thumb is in. It's not squeezing, it's just firm but relaxed. You got one in each hand. You're gonna start with your heels together, your toes out like a duck, stomach up and in, drop your chin, breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. You're gonna let the weight of the club do the work. This is a 2-pound pair. You can start with 1 pound, 2 pound. You can take a stick, like a walking stick or a broomstick, a rake, cut it in half, cut the rake off, and then put one in each hand. If you don't have a pair, I put a link in the description if you wanna buy some, or I always say, invest your time before you invest your money. That means get 2 sticks, see if you like the workout, see if you get any benefit from Indian club exercises for beginners at home, and then go to the link in the description and buy a pair. So you're just swinging, you're letting the weight of the clubs do the work. It's pulling your shoulders back in each direction. When you come down, it's pulling them behind your body. When you go back, it's pulling them behind your head. So you're getting a nice stretch in your shoulder, in your upper chest. Your stomach's up and in. You're gonna be working out your whole body with this exercise. This is an ancient, it's also known as the Persian meal, M-E-E-L. Spelled different ways. Some people spell it differently. Persian meal, Indian swinging club. Either one is fine. You just call them 2 clubs. Then you're gonna split that swing so that now it's coming through the center line of your body, right through your spine. Your heels are still together, toes out like a duck. You're coming through one at a time. You can see this is gonna turn your shoulders and your hips a little bit, increasing the movement in your body as you start to warm everything up with this basic warm up. But you wanna be sure it comes here through the center and not here out to the side. It's gonna put too much stress on the outside of your shoulder. Right here, it's gonna keep it all in line. It's gonna feel good, it's gonna feel strong. You're gonna build power in your shoulders, your hands, your forearms. If you keep your stomach up and in, your abs tight, this becomes a core workout. Keep your heels together and your toes turn out like a duck. It becomes a full body workout. From the bottom of your feet to the tops of your head, or the top of your head. You know what I mean. But you're turning and you're stretching like this. Now the next exercise, we're gonna go back to that in a minute, but you're gonna warm up your wrists by spinning it away from you, letting it drop. Again, the weight of the clubs, that does the work. You're not gonna muscle it through. You're not trying to control it. You let it do the work. Going to the outside, and then reversing that same motion. So letting it drop back, your palm faces the sky, and you'll feel it starting to activate the muscles in your forearm. Your arms are getting stronger. You go forward for about 30 seconds and then reverse for about 30 seconds. And now you're gonna go back to heels together, toes touch, or toes out like a duck, your heels are together, stomach up and in, abs tight, breathing through the nose, out through the mouth. And you're gonna do that spin as you drop it. You're gonna do the reverse spin as you pull it back. So we're going where we started here, and on the way down is a spin, and on the way up is a spin. So you're gonna just increase the range of motion, increase the strength in your forearms, your wrists. Your heart rate's gonna start to raise, your breath will start to get full, deep. You're gonna feel the workout in your body from this Indian swinging club exercises at home for beginners workout. You can do it in your garage, you can do it in the backyard, you can do it in the hallway, you can do it in your bedroom, do it in the kitchen. You can go to a gym and do it if you want. But you're gonna get massive power in your shoulders. It's not just power, it's not just strength, it's not just flexibility, it's also mobility, it's health. Start to get that synovial fluid going through the joint. Feel the plasma changing the muscle, everything getting healed stronger. I'm not a doctor, but I've been doing this for years, and I know it healed my shoulders. It'll heal your shoulders if you do it. I that's my opinion, right? I don't know, I'm not a doctor, but I've talked to so many people, I've taught so many people that I know, that I've trained with, that I've taught, have gotten benefit from these Indian swing clubs over the last 30 years of doing it. It's one of the best things that I added to my training when I was younger. It's kept me healthy. Now you're gonna go back to that motion here through the middle. We're not gonna add the swing here, but I do wanna warm up the spine some more. I wanna get all the fluid flowing through there. That's why it's such a great full body workout. And when you think about working out your entire body, getting all those fluids to move in the way they're supposed to move, you also have to realize that your brain has great benefit. More oxygen gets in the blood, goes into the brain, helps your thoughts be more clear, helps get rid of negative emotions. We say motion changes emotion. This is one of the best ways to improve your mood in the morning. Now we're gonna do one more of these basic swinging before we get into the more complex moves, and they're not that complex. You're gonna learn it very quickly. But I want you to separate your feet now, like you're gonna do a squat, and think about pushing your hips back and over your heels and not forward and over your knees. You're gonna, like you're sitting down into a chair, and you're gonna bring the swing back in, and as it comes up, you're gonna do a little squat. And I want you to do this so that you can start to recapture strength in your legs, rebuild it, reignite the muscles, fire the glutes, stabilize your hips, get rid of some of the pain in the lower body. Not just by stretching, but by strengthening. And the nice thing about doing it this way is you're disguising repetition. You could just do squats, but the swinging motion helps. Not just disguise it, also adds a little bit of weight in your squat, builds the power in your legs, healing you from the inside to the outside, increasing your strength, your vitality, your youthfulness, all from Indian swing club exercises. Oh, there's the garage door. For beginners at home. All right, now you're warmed up. I'm warmed up. Your heels are together. We're coming back to the beginning. Toes out like a duck. Stomach got been in. I keep showing you that because you can't see my feet. But that's what I want you to do. I want you to put your heels together, and that's going to force you to engage all the muscles in your lower body. Starting with your glutes. You got to get your glutes strong. You're going to start with the one. It doesn't matter which one. You're going to keep your thumb down. Don't pop it up and don't put it along the side of the stick. This is basically just a weighted lever. You've got a light end and a heavy end. So that means gravity pulls it. And even though it's just 2 pounds, it makes it feel like it's more than 2 pounds. So your thumb's down. You're going to pull this in and across your face. And then you're going to let the weight pull it back out to the side, about shoulder height, and pull it in and out. This is just the first motion of the mill. Then from here, you're going to add the second motion, which is opening the chest, meaning that you pull your elbow back, and that puts the club behind your head. Now, don't worry, you're not going to smack yourself in the head. I've never, ever in my life, I've done this millions of times, I'm sure. I don't know if it's millions. At least hundreds of thousands of repetitions of this exercise. I've never hit myself in the head, and I've never had to try to not hit myself. You're not going to hit yourself. You're going to bring it in here, open the chest, and then cast like you're casting a fishing pole or throwing a knife for self-defense. Bring it in, open, or for fun. Maybe you're like me when you were younger, you threw a lot of knives. It's a good, safe self-defense skill and hunting skill. Open, throw. I don't know if you're hunting anything with knives. I'm sure somebody's out there running through the woods trying to chase down a rabbit or bird. Who knows what they're trying to hunt with their knife, throwing the knife at it. Sometimes because you can, you try it, right? It's probably easier to hit them with a rock. All right, after you did one, you're gonna bring the other one in. I'm laughing just thinking about that guy or girl out there in the woods running around with a throwing knife, trying to make lunch, get some lunch. Maybe you throw it at the fish. You're standing at the side of the pond. Make sure you tie a rope to the end of your knife. All right, we bring it in, open, and cast. Try not to distract myself too much. One of the things I like most about Indian swinging club exercises at home for beginners is that it becomes a moving meditation. I can't do that now because I won't shut up talking. But if I did, I was more focused. This feels so good on my shoulders, by the way. Let me know in the comment section if you do try this, how does it make your shoulders feel, or maybe you're already working out with them. What's been your benefit? What have you realized? We're going to go back to the first one and we're going to reverse it. So we bring it out to the side, bending the elbow, allowing the club to go to the back. Remember that thumb stays down. Bring it across your face as a shield and then cut through, letting the weight do the work. Pull it back out, bend it through the middle. And when you do that, make sure you don't start here and go down. That keeps it in the shoulder. You want it here to keep it through the whole body. Here, think about shielding your body from a punch. And all you've done is reverse that basic motion of the mill, starting with your first hand. After 30 seconds, up to maybe 2 minutes. 2 minutes seems like a lot. I do about 30 seconds to a minute as you build into the other exercises we're about to do. And then with this one, in the reverse, thumb down, cross, let it drop. And see that your forearm is perpendicular to the sky, like a tree growing up out of the ground, a straight tree. Like these palm trees out here. Now that you've done that, you're going to do them both at the same time. And notice that you have one hand in front, and then the second time you do it, you put your other hand in front. So you're constantly alternating, getting a nice full opening of the chest, stretch. After 30 seconds, a minute, maybe 2 minutes, then you bring it back the other way. In that reverse. Stomach up and in, abs tight. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Chin tucked. Tuck the chin slightly. Don't put it on your chest. Tucking your chin down just a little bit allows you to breathe better. Breathe your head up like that. You make it hard for you to breathe, you stretch everything. Plus, if you ever do self-defense, you want to learn how to defend yourself, you want to learn how to fight, you got to learn how to tuck your chin. People get knocked out all the time because they bring their chin up. So keep your chin down, make it a practice, make it a routine. We're moving on now to alternating, probably not the right term for it, but you see what I'm doing. I'm doing one hand and then I follow it, I chase it with the other one. My heels, you can hear my shoes squeaking. My heels are together, stomach up and in, abs tight, toes turned out like a duck, chin tucked. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. If you repeat that as a mantra, it's a reminder of the things that you need to do, and you'll get 10 times more value. I don't know if that's a real number, maybe that's an exaggeration, but I'll bet it's more than 1 time more. Get a lot more value out of the exercise when you keep your heels together. Toes out, tuck the chin, breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth, suck your gut up, stomach up and in. That's going to improve your posture, make you look younger, and then you're going to reverse it. If you're old, if you're young, don't worry about it. What I mean is a lot of old people, especially men, they get weak glutes. It's going to really work out your glutes. And then they get bad posture, and then they stick their gut out, and they walk around everywhere with their stomach out, like that. And if they just learn how to stand up straight, roll the shoulders back and down, which this will help with, pull the stomach up and in, tuck the chin a little bit, breathe through the nose. You're not going to have your heels together, but it makes you look younger because all of a sudden your posture isn't correct. And you don't look as fat because you're not as fat because you're just standing up. A lot of men, especially because they have bad posture, their gut sticks out. So if that's you, suck it up, buttercup. Pull it in, shoulders back and down. As we were doing one after the other, now we have to reverse it. And I'm going to show you one progression, one thing that I want you to try once you get this motion down. You might not get it down for a couple weeks. Once you feel comfortable with it, I want you to add to it right here. You're going to turn to the side, put one foot in front of the other one. Not in a straight line, just as naturally as your hips would be separated. So 1 foot here, 1 foot here. So I've got 1 foot here, and I'm going to bring this back. And as it comes back, this is that first motion you did, you're going to let the weight turn your body. And now you're facing the other way with the other foot in front, and you're going to swing it, and you're just turning 180 degrees from side to side. And now your whole body is really involved. Make sure to keep the stomach sucked in, stomach up and in, abs tight. In through the nose, out through the mouth, tuck the chin. This time your feet are separated, and now you're going to add the spin. And again, this is disguising repetition. You're getting a lot of workout for your forearms, your fingers, your hands are getting stronger. We say, we being not me, the scientists, the doctors, somebody, the longevity experts, the people who say if you want to live better as you age, you want to be healthier, make sure your hands stay strong. Hand strength is one test, one proof of health and vitality as you get older. The stronger your hands are, the healthier you are. The other one, or one of the other ones, because I'm sure there are a bunch, I'm sure your heart and your lungs have to be strong, right? I would imagine. But one of the other big ones are your legs. If your legs have gotten weak from sarcopenia, just means you shrink when you get older because you stop exercising, you stop eating enough protein. This exercise, turning from one side to the other one, is going to strengthen your legs, strengthen your hands, improve your grip strength, bring health back to your shoulders, get rid of a lot of the pains, improve your posture, get the blood flowing from the bottom of your feet to the top of your head, more oxygen in your brain, be more relaxed, be in a better mood. Now, there are other ways that you can use this one. If you do the Filipino martial arts, the Kali, you want to play around with your Sinawali pattern. If you don't know what I mean, Sinawali just means weaving. You can see that my hands are weaving. And you can play around here with different levels and turning just the same way you would with a pair of Kali or Eskrima or Arnis, baton sticks. Just saying all the words. And you could even do more advanced patterns that you would do. You just go slowly at first. And then when you go back and you pick up those sticks for practicing self-defense and fighting, you're going to hit so much harder. If you do boxing, you're going to hit a lot harder because of these Indian swinging clubs. If you grapple, you do jiu-jitsu or judo or Brazilian jiu-jitsu or wrestling or hapkido, your hand strength is going to be so much stronger. If you do kickboxing or boxing or karate or taekwondo or tang soo do or gung fu or wushu. Now wushu is a little bit different, it's more acrobatic. But if you do those other ones, your hand strength, your blocks, your shield are going to be better, your punches are all better. All from this. And if you don't do any self-defense, any martial arts, who cares? Your body's going to be better. And if you think about it, this is one of the original self-defense tools. That's a club. Clubs have been used for hunting and for self-defense and for fighting for probably as long as humans have been alive. I don't know if it's thousands or 100,000s or millions of years. I just lost touch with science. Put in a comment. How long have humans been, comment section, how long have humans been on the earth? And I don't think any of us have been alive enough to know for sure what the fact is. But what does the current science say? I think it changes constantly. Anyway, the point is, learn how to defend yourself with a club if you want to, or do your Indian swinging clubs because it's fun, because it keeps you healthy, because it keeps you strong. I did these when I was in the military. The military uses them. They've used these for, you'll see these in India, you'll see them in Bangladesh, you'll see them all over the Indian diaspora, you'll see them all over the Persian diaspora. You'll see them all over the Middle East just because they're so effective. Simple, easy, basic exercises that keep you strong and healthy. Let me know in the comment section if you already have a pair, and if you have had a pair or use a pair now, what have your benefits been? And when you do that, right, when you put it in the comment section, that's when we learn from each other and this becomes more of a community, which is what I hope for this to be. And because I want this channel to grow and grow this community, you're commenting in the comment section when you share this video and you like it, then that helps it grow, and then we attract more people. More people find these unique things that have been around for thousands and thousands of years that they can get great benefit from. And a pair of these, there's a link in the description, a pair of these is a lot less expensive than a gym membership where you're gonna go and sit on a piece of equipment and be frustrated because someone's taking a selfie, someone's got the selfie stick, or you know the things, right? The young people are all sitting on the machines, old people are all sitting on the machines, people are moving too slow, someone comes up, hey, can I work in? And you're like, no, I don't think so. You avoid all that and save yourself all that money and hassle by doing these. All right, anyway, yeah, and Jaybird says, looks fun. Jaybird, I love these. This is one of my favorite things. For my shoulders especially. Like when I first started, I had so much shoulder pain, so much damage that I had been told both shoulders had torn rotator cuffs. I've been told that more than once on each shoulder since I was in the military. And I've had MRIs and x-rays and all the stuff to confirm it. And I've never had any pain for maybe the last 25 years since I really made this for a long time as a daily exercise. Now I do it maybe once a week, but you add these in, and again, I'm not a doctor, I'm not giving medical advice, I'm just telling you what worked for me for shoulder health and strength and just speed of hands. We want to be able, as we get older, if you're in self-defense like I am, and you teach self-defense and you teach others how to defend themselves and you try to give somebody exercises that you can do, add this in and your hand speed comes back. Your hand speeds increase. You'll be able to throw hands faster, you'll be able to block better, you'll be able to grip and snatch and grapple better. And I teach all of them. So this is my number one self-defense and fitness tool that I recommend. You guys have been awesome. I'll see you on the next one. Number 2 are the resistance bands. Number 3, I would say kettlebell swings. Number 4, battle ropes. If you get all 4 of those in your garage, you can spend less than $200 for that. You do a little bit at a time, one every 6 months, add something new in, you'll be unstoppable.